ZETA on the attacking side. We heavily discussed what happened on Haven on this side. Perhaps they can find some more success here on Pearl.
It's also interesting that both sides playing Omen, where we've seen a lot of Astra here so far.
Yeah.
As the secondary, the auxiliary smoker. As TENNN already pushes the one player out. That's famous.
Yeah, not on the jet this time.
And this is the same wall that 100 Thieves was using in their game to try to get this plant down, but there's a really cool smoke. Oh, but the TP's short.
Wasn't deep enough. And famouz was just happily waiting for depth there. That is not how they wanted this round to start. And it hasn't gotten much better at all. A 4v2 here, SugarZero pushing his way forward. Is met by Tehbotol, and now Laz, the only one alive. The frenzy on the other side as Berserk cleans him up, Flipsider gets the kill, and BME continue to push forward. Experience, the chemistry that's been built after that much time. You can see how much it means to this team. Probably, I feel like we say that a lot, but for ZETA in particular, they wear it.
Bring them down.
Just on their sleeves sometimes.
I'm out of here.
It's there. Boom is getting loud though. Every round that they brought back on Haven.
It's interesting here. TENNN has gotten up pretty far into Art, the flash to create some space as Berserk is dealing some of the pressure that's coming in from elbow.
He just accidentally stunned the backside there, but
he's entirely surrounded right now. He's got Depp in front of him, TENNN behind him, and somehow manages to take one down with him.
Spike down.
Keep the trades even after the advantage gain. ZETA still behind him. BlazeKing was trying to navigate that Prowler.
And you've got to be careful. I mean, at this point, famouz is alone. He does have a Bulldog, but the thing is, ZETA have all grabbed weapons.
Look at the trip as well. It's so deep in the spawn. They know where he's coming from. It's their side. It's Art.
SugarZero waiting on the other side of this box. Another thrifty round win to start the map.
Again. We saw in their pistol round, they really tried to challenge a little bit down this B lane. But ZETA was there to receive, this time using the boombot to clear out this main area. And they've got it.
Yeah, remember though, the last time they were here, the reason it was so successful was because they were able to apply pressure with TENNN through Art the entire time. Right, because they were able to pinch around and split A. This time there's no mid presence.
But there could be an execute for sure still. Use the Trailblazer to clear, and that's beautiful. Already spot the other player.
TENNN trying to go forward, instead goes up, and Flipsider goes down. Laz continuing to press 3 on the round for him, a fourth, a blind one, a gift. famouz, who has one shot in his Headhunter.
Window.
And I'm not...
Hello.
Yeah. That bullet goes wide. The Prime Gaming Flawless comes through as ZETA get a second.
Second half. He did not drop off at all. Laz was
Where
still
are you?
popping off, and again, he's 8-1.
And it was a, what was it, a 12-2 start for him on Haven?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe 12-1.
Oh, he's about to challenge famouz.
The elevation. Just using the ramp.
Oh my gosh! What a shot! We've got to see that from his POV.
2 cases right there. ZETA outstudying them on the angles. What a shot.
You want to play?
And they have
Let's
full
play.
B control, man.
Especially because they came through
Bring them down.
the alleyway as well. Next to
Yeah.
SugarZero.
And look at BlazeKing just had to use
Spike
both
planted.
of his Prowlers just to make sure that there was no one on the other side of double doors. And he used the Haunt there too. There's no Fade utility left to retake this site.
It's going to be difficult to fight through the wall once SugarZero puts it up. Eventually, off contact. There's Depp spotting the one. There's 2 players already from Boom who's falling off. The Neon of BerserX and BlazeKing, who spent a lot of time trying to figure out if there's a flanker here, and there just wasn't.
It's crazy how much respect they just showed to that.
Well, when you get demolished on
Sure.
a long angle where you have the weapon advantage, that's going to hurt.
Fuse goes through. Couple of shots initially missed, but SugarZero eventually.
Just knew there was a little bit extra where he could peek out.
I'll find you.
That haunt used to clear all the way up in A main, and they're using a smoke as well deep up there. They could take control at any moment. They just haven't yet. They've been focused here on famouz.
Prowler getting used. Plaz with the op.
And they forced him off. I mean, this Viper wall is covering all the different angles that he could be at this point. He could maybe be up top in heaven.
You see, the only real thing they had left to check was Cubby. They both look that way. Now they've got plenty of space down long. TENN goes forward all the way into backside.
Nobody there to take advantage of that gap from Boom. So a mistake from that not to be a problem, or potentially that was on purpose. Either way. Again, an entry from Laz. He is playing so well.
And that is why they had to respect the flank in the previous round.
Spike planted.
Because of that moment right there.
And he could do more damage. There's still 2 players in the alleyway. Pinch between him and the site.
Note that's him with a Spectre too. The flash deep, Berserk has fallen. Flipsider and Tehbotol, the only 2 that remain. He's gonna swing out. Zero's weak here. He has no armor. He has no health now either.
And TENN doesn't actually know the position as well of Flipsider. So just like that, he falls as well. They're losing guns, but those were the weaker weapons. Remember. Maybe not TENN, but SugarZero just had the Spectre. They're carrying in all those weapons. Essentially playing a bonus late. And we'll see.
Either way, Boom out of this timeout. Find themselves with a couple of members a point away from having their ult online. And a Stinger. A Vandal in the hands of Flipsider too. Who again was the main pop-off for Boom in the previous map. And he's got aggressive. He's going hunting. Look at how much space he's taken mid already. Note that there is no alarm bot on this side either. So if the timing works out well, Flipsider's going to have a whole lot of targets in front of him. It's actually just SugarZero who's playing on the flank while the rest of ZETA had taken the site.
I mean, he just played the timing so well against famouz. famouz was looking for specifically SugarZero.
The flank is on. You've got 2 members working the way around. SugarZero's behind them, though.
Just got the kills. TENN has so much space in the back of sight as well, though. He's all the way up in secret.
Yeah. SugarZero going into Art, and they thought they had a flank, but they weren't worried about their own. The op shot out from Laz. The idea from Boom was there, but ZETA are just a step ahead.
Ready.
famouz here. He's got the tour de force. He's pushing his way forward. He's made a 1v3 into a 1v2. SugarZero with the 3rd on the round as ZETA get to 5.
famouz might want to, but this time there's no haunt. And the Boombot, the flash, it's so easy to push him off right now. Oh, that's dangerous.
I've got your
Dangerous
trail.
indeed. The Seekers there. Clear! Oh, and the first target goes just too fast. They've got the Paranoia. They've got the Showstopper. But they don't really have anything other than that. It's really just now a Prowler that's being used, or excuse me, a Trailblazer being used to try to clear some space. Berserk sidesteps in and swings out into 2 members of ZETA and cleans them both up. The flash as he tucks behind.
Spike down A.
But now, Tehbotol there to help.
Waiting for Laz. Slow in Art.
Oh, it's a long time to wait.
Last player standing.
Way too many targets. Dev can't even get to safety.
There. You have to take it. There's
Where
much
are
less places to hide. For that freeze to work out, this is a deep push.
And this is the 2nd round they do it. Tehbotol did this in the previous round.
He walked through a molly as well, Laz. That was very bold. I don't think that molly is typically there for him. So maybe he just caught off guard, not realizing what that could mean.
The relay bolts there. Berserk waiting on the other side. The spam actually leaves him a world to hurt. 8 HP.
Ooh.
Catch them.
Here we go, Blaze. Starting to look a little clean right now. All because they start to take the initiative themselves.
He's still so far up. Down C long. You've got Blaze who's creeping his way forward. Flipsider's there. They're so trapped in this hallway, but they fight their way out. I mean, Crow has no good options right now. He had none. That way, I don't know that ZETA found a solution to it.
Here's another aggressive play for them. Initiative certainly on their side.
And this is the first time they really take this much aggression! And they're rewarded with a kill onto SugarZero. They have full mid control here. And the gunfire continues to erupt. Actually, Crow able to punch back with 2 clean kills of his own.
He's going to go for more. Tehbotol wants the multi-kills. They had the 2 players here. They could have gone for it, but instead, they're worried that ZETA's spreading the map. Instead, they weren't. They wanted to fight that, actually.
Yeah, they hadn't backed down yet.
If they were slightly faster on getting back into double doors, you could see a moment there where they could have disengaged from that fight, but they don't opt to do so. They just go right into trying to actually capitalize on that.
there.
Now, it's left Flipsider alone on the B side. But thankfully, Tehbotol, I was going to say, it took a lot of space A, so he should be ready to fall back in this case. But instead, Laz, who has been on point.
This is actually really nice from ZETA. Understanding they have a numbers advantage and then just like cutting noise and showing nothing, forcing Boom into a position where they can't fight together. They have to gamble, right? If you're going to play together, it's either going to be A or B, but you leave an area of the map open.
Spike planted.
And we're going to sit here while he saves. ZETA's going to keep the lead at 4. Or actually, only 3. It's been deep at certain parts of the series, but Boom always finds a way to claw their way back in and force ZETA into a position where they have to think again.
Yeah.
For example, that last round where Laz gets picked. And again, body language for Laz, I'm looking at it. And he continues to frag no matter how he's looking on the stage.
Which is important to their success.
It's super important. But, for example, that... Oh, no. They got the op back? Was it a tour de force? Yeah, they picked it back up. Okay.
In BerserX and in Famous.
The Neon is hopping.
Yeah. And it's going to be a challenge into Art initially. Look at this setup, man. The Viper spin to elbow. You can't easily go that way. You've got an op holding Art. You've got an op holding long. And then you have an alarm bot that's currently smoked off.
They just
got...
Oh!
How did that miss?
They back up immediately. And I wonder if they recognize what that could be. I wonder if they noticed that it was the Neon. Laz wants to challenge him so bad. He's going to go for it. He's got the angle now. Oh, but the smoke gives it back to them.
And now the Prowler. They just cleared out the alarm bot in halls, too.
Really nice setup from Boom.
This is a great setup for Boom.
Look at the duel as well. The stalemate inside of the alleyway here. Sugar Zero versus Tehbotol. I wonder if Tehbotol knows that Sugar Zero's up there.
He should, because the alarm bot was cleared out from that angle. Laz, the first one to draw blood in this stalemate.
What did BerserX go and look at? There's the pit there anyways. He just left his teammate for a brief moment, and Laz strikes.
And
gets
Laz
him
finds another.
What a
30
beast.
seconds left.
They just walk through their smoke there in alleyway too. Sugar Zero has been doing that every single round, and he's not been punished a single time.
Man, for as highly as we were speaking about the defensive setup from Boom in this round and how clean it looked, how it seemed like they had everything accounted for. It was one moment of Berserk rotating away that opens up a kill for Laz, and once he gets an inch, he takes the whole dang thing.
Just rips Art apart.
I mean, Flipsider's left in this 1v3, and as soon as he swings out, TENN drops him down.
The setup, the trademark from Famous. But I wonder exactly how that's playing out. Again, aggressive here. There's 2 players here.
Look at where Laz is looking. It's because that's where the swing was last time. But TENN and Crow save his life. The play from Boom was so well set up. But ZETA had reinforcements.
And it looks like we're heading right back to a 5-round lead for ZETA. To a half what looks like they're in control. It's going to be improved upon Haven, though, in the first half.
Blaze with a frenzy here. And a 1v5, just looking to play for an exit of any kind. And again, the early start, you know, the thrifty, sure, that's super helpful with momentum, but the thing about something like that is you can lose it pretty quickly. Right? Like Boom, we've shown that they can fight back, that they are certainly capable of doing these things. It's been so impressive to me given that last map, to see ZETA still hold this the way that they have, and then to get this round with the Prime Gaming flawless, that
8-3.
yeah, and 4 ults on the side of ZETA
Play,
too.
let's play.
Oh, he's gone aggressive.
Again, Laz through the, I mean,
Through the molly and dead. You're absolutely right, Balla.
that's 3 rounds where they could easily have gotten punished. 2 of them where it's definitely successful from Boom. And Laz has been the spearhead of these rounds. He's been consistently finding so much.
And also some
got
tenacity
your
to Boom
trail.
to go back to that after how they saw ZETA were reinforced in that area in the previous round. That's impressive.
I notice, hey, if we had guns here, this will be easy. Oh, just barely misses that shot opportunity.
Oh, off the paranoia, the showstopper through, but he gets tagged up by just a little bit.
But he got space with that.
He did.
Sugar Zero get into sewers.
Oh, Berserk's just on the other side. The Nightfall there, the op shot too. As you see, Berserk tries to take space, but Sugar Zero punches back elsewhere.
And Tehbotol as well tries to chase him through sewers. We're gonna have an ult that does give a little space here to plant. It's a sliver though.
And the spike is not.
He's behind
Ow.
so fast.
And he's gonna push right into it. He's gonna push right into it, and they don't know.
Oh my goodness.
They don't know. They don't know. He
30
steps out.
seconds left.
The decay
Spike
starts to wear
down
off, but
A.
they're swinging around right behind him. The spike well out of reach. Sugar Zero on the other side, and Tehbotol with the flick. The Red Bull clutch. I want to note here too, we only saw it 1 round on the defensive side, but my eyes go to Berserk here for Boom. What sort of aggressive plays is he going to try to make on the Neon? You want to unlock that as early as you can to apply pressure on this map.
You saw it was very rarely mixed in on Haven too with his jet. So they want to lean into it too much. This challenge, Sugar Zero has the one way, but it's too late. But it's there for Crow.
Berserk manages to find 2 with the Frenzy. And that was dry. They just swung out.
Immediately also using that lineup. The same orb that Sugar Zero was putting down, and TENN's trying to capitalize on the same space.
Betrayed by the sliver in the door. And now the nade. Flipsider has to swing in. The Ghost cleans up 10.
Somehow this is even. Laz taking so much space in the club though.
Poison's on.
Spike is going to work its way up. In through Link towards B. And you've got Laz, who's going to be on the flank. Depp is back in secret, back in dugout on the opposite side of the map. They're going to get the spike down. How do they play this?
Planning for spawn. Gonna give them possibility here of 2v1ing Depp if he comes through that direction. But it looks like he wants to group up and take through alleyway instead.
Oh, I don't know, Laz. How many shots? He has 4 shots of the Headhunter left.
That's plenty for Laz. He's so slow on long B though.
It's just no info of anything. No knowledge. Depp on the swing. He gets spammed through the smoke. It all falls onto Laz again. Can he do it for ZETA? Can he net them a pistol? It seems unlikely, and yeah, there's no way you check that ratty little corner, right?
No time even.
One enemy.
Goal! 1, but that's all it was. Flipsider with the 3rd. Boom wins, I believe, the 4th pistol of the series.
All 4P if they can really rally something together like they've been able to on certain.
But it was all off of thrifty rounds, Ball. I think that's the concern.
Well, every second round, they put something together.
Bring them down.
Or being taken, Prowler through, clearing the backside of this wall. So there's no more concern, only Laz after theirs.
That's going to help, but Berserk with the Vandal trades it back. And that was the main oomph behind this punch. Sugar Zero's falling, Crow does too.
Spike down B.
And it doesn't seem like there are going to be any thrifty antics this time around. TENN's left alone, and he falls.
Back down to 2-round difference. Oh, they swapped it.
Where are you?
Swapped it to a Spectre.
There's some pace, there's some aggression. The paranoia out from Tehbotol, and then the swing out from Berserk finds him a kill.
Double time through both the left and right side of mid. To Art and to Ali.
Shadows traveling.
With mixed success, but there you go from Flip. They're picking them apart now.
Yeah, man, they have full sight control here. And again, this is I hate to harken back to this, but it's important because we've seen this story before.
Yeah.
BME took control of Haven at this very round.
Exactly. 3 rounds in a row possible now here. Laz and Crow have to put something together. Crow coming in through Art, Laz through Spawn. Walking up secret.
But they have to get through the Viper's
Does
pit.
this pit also cover up Tehbotol's position on top of dugout edge? No, he's all the way in the corner. Spammable.
But now Laz's position given away. Crow is crept in.
Last player
They're
standing.
gonna flash right through on the other side. Crow trying to find the kills. He finds one, he finds two. He's got it down to a 1v1. Tehbotol just on the other side, just has to delay. And he gets the kill he's looking for. Economy for ZETA, busted. Forget about Haven. But how do you ignore that voice in the back of your head?
Flash up, 3 players to swing through. Oh my goodness.
Note here, they only had 1 Spectre in this round. Everything else was Sheriffs and a Classic.
Imagine if the Spectre was there. That could have been so terrible for Boom.
Yeah, that would be devastating. Tehbotol getting the spike down. ZETA outnumbered. And they're looking to push their way forward. Into Secret, into Laz's lap. Tries to jump into window. Tehbotol glad to reposition. Glad to take this fight again. The Headhunter not finding anything.
He just switched away from Sugar Zero. Boom's coming to his aid.
Laz has gone quiet.
Nice shot, Sugar Zero.
Who steps up? Who steps up on the side of ZETA? Who's the spark? Who's the catalyst to swing momentum back their way? Is it Crow? It's not Sugar Zero in this round, and it's not Crow either. We're tied at 8. The lead once again gone.
And showing off that they've learned so much from that series.
TENN just went so aggressively down long. He's got the showstopper. I don't think he's going to have much of a contest, while Laz finds value on the opposite side of the map.
He just pushed up Art and took the fight
Yeah.
to top mid.
Space given right back by TENN. He's already used the Roomba. Oh. That timing could not have been better.
Look at this Trailblazer from Crow. He just used it all the way from sewer side, in through double doors and cleared middle.
They're going to go B. Remember, TENN has a showstopper.
With Laz's aggression on the A main, they've got a great idea here. TENN with the showstopper. The Seekers are going to confirm. He can swing with this easily.
But do they commit? They have 55 seconds. There's still plenty of time to flip this map back.
That just bought so much time for the fuel of Sugar Zero right now. If they want to commit, they're going to have to get decayed.
Keep an eye on Blaze King, waiting just outside double doors. They're continuing to creep forward. They're going to commit to it. The flash is there. Is that what throws him back? No. They're going to continue to persist on this. Blaze King is going to continue to work his way up. Now B-Link.
Crow's checking it
30 seconds
every
left.
so often. But it could strike fast. He's leaving it right now.
And he has utility. Crow on the peak. The paranoia is there, but the flash keeps him back. And now you've got the showstopper up top. One goes down. Flipsider does too.
B. Last
ZETA have cracked the site open.
Where are you?
Kept the spike in their control.
10 seconds
On their
left.
side of the wall now too. And boom, just when they thought they had their hands around the scoreline. ZETA respond.
What a hold. Again, off the showstopper, finding value.
Opposite side of the map right now for Boom. They might want to take this A main very fast. Here comes the Nightfall. They're going straight for it.
That's exactly what they're doing. They've invested in Paranoia, they've invested the Nightfall, and now the Overdrive too, but the counter Paranoia is going to keep him back. The Prowler is going to spot onto TENN. They continue to push forward, though. Look at how deep Tehbotol is. He's already gotten his way into Secret, and so far his presence is kept quiet. But Laz with the op shot stops it. They've gotten the spike down. If Sugar Zero can get up into into site, excuse me, he can use the Viper's Pit, and there it is.
Have to clear the site.
And Blaze King is the only one who's up. Do they know that he's there? They don't know that he's there! He gets one! He gets two! He was the linchpin! And he was never taken care of.
And it's a brutal reset. If the speed stays up the way that it is, there's no shot that ZETA continues to grasp this like they have. Love that early peek from Laz.
Yeah.
Instantly wants to go back and make sure And he has control still of long.
Yep, no early challenge mid. Cool. Go back and check B, as you were saying.
But look at how they're marking the B site right now. Boom. They've heard where Laz TP'd to and from. So they immediately walk away from him. The problem for them, though, is they don't have that same dive that they had last round if they want to hit this A site. TENN's going to be here. Dep's going to be here. Crow's going to be here. And he's just cleared middle, too. So they know the split is not coming within the next 10 seconds.
You got to note, though, flip side.
They just left. They just left after that dog.
Oh, no.
It's all 10 now.
He's pushed off. He's paranoid. He tries to drop a satchel to keep him back. His position given away, too. He tried to find safety, but he wasn't able to. They've fully taken A, and they're looking for more. Look at how deep famouz is.
He's behind him.
And Dep has no idea. He just got taken care of execution style.
This smoke should fade soon. Laz will have a gap inside of it. Sugar0 wants to come from the other side. If they show Laz,
yeah, but he's got.
And this flank could come really hard. famouz has to be super, super smart here.
Laz has to find value with that tour de force.
Has to show himself.
He had the second smoke used.
Teleport's ready.
Is he the tip of the spear? Is he the first one who shows? Into a crossfire like that, he is the one who shows. And BME take care of both.
I'll find you.
Fast again.
Same
Paranoia
strat.
out, yeah.
Ball out from BerserX, he's got his ult.
But that's a really nice paranoia to delay into counter, and then the nade too to keep him back. That's well handled by ZETA, but do they double down? Now you've taken care of TENN, you've taken care of Crow too. Oh, every single fight going in favor of Boom.
I think Dep's not even able to enter that fight because he gets flashed from Crow too, and they've called the site as open. Yep, foregone conclusion indeed.
Enemy remaining.
Nothing there from ZETA. Boom are starting to look unstoppable, at least for ZETA Division.
Prime Gaming Flawless comes through. You can hear the pop-off from the stage.
Maps in a row where ZETA has lost a lead at the half.
And they're going to hit the exact same pace, the exact same hit, because, well, Ballatw, if it's not broken, don't try to fix it. Remember, they did a really good job of delaying here previously. This time, Dep has held on to the paranoia.
Going to old tricks here for ZETA Division. 4 players on the A side. That's where Boom has led over and over.
But it's interesting, too. Remember, in the previous round, while they made all that noise A, Flipsider got into B by himself, and they rotated off. This time, ZETA seem a step ahead of it. They're rotating off of A sooner.
Well, there was also the prior round, too, where ZETA over-rotated off of information that they saw nothing mid. This time, Laz is going to be patient on the site, though. But Boom also taking the fight a little differently. They're going to go for a split on the A side.
And there is an alarm bot there, but I want to say it was
Walled
just
it off.
smoked off. And it was walled off, too, just to be safe. Note that Sugar0's on the flank.
They just re-smoked, so they know the possibility now.
Flipsider's working into B again, and you've got Blazeking joining them. What? They're applying pressure everywhere.
Here comes the flank.
And the spike ults out. The spike ults B. They're going to get the spike down.
While Laz might have still held on to the initial push from Flipsider, they've got the site now.
What a play. But ZETA may have spread themselves a bit, or excuse me, BME may have spread themselves a bit too thin.
There.
Yeah, they got the spike down.
It's planted for famouz here. If you get Sugar0 down, there's definitely a room for this op to do, or this long range to do something.
Spams. The pings. Yeah. Man, that tour de force, they used it. They knew what the plan was. But Ballatw, it really felt like they spread themselves too thin.
Yeah,
I mean, what they were doing, it just didn't work out.
That push from Tabak. And he's going to stay up on the angle, which might actually work out if they end up coming over here.
TENN went fast down long again. Zerk swings out into Link, and he gets destroyed.
Good flash from Sugar0 as well to give time for Crow to play this Trailblazer. Sugar0's here.
BME are in trouble, man. Mid is really the only way they have to go, and Dep's waiting on the other side. No paranoia. And they walk right into him. The Nightfall doesn't even hit him, so they don't know he's there. The gun barrel betrays him. A Prime Gaming Flawless out from ZETA's. Dep gets 3.
It's a mix of that A side execute and some other control. Flip side took so much damage already to TENN's nade.
The Prowler didn't reach Laz. Berserk going in. He's gotten in. The spike has not yet. Laz has to reposition. famouz falls. ZETA have somehow kept this back. And once again, it's just BlazeKing up by himself. Look at how far, I mean, he is on an island right now. And they're surrounded.
Laz is taking great pains to make sure Secret and the alleyway is clear.
This ult very well may be the difference maker.
3v5. TENN's coming behind it though, and he has a nade still.
Yeah, but you've got to move fast here, man. The spike's been down for a little while. You've got to up the pace. Deb weak. Tehbotol waiting on the other side. The Viper spits down. And ZETA continue to keep Boom Esports back.
Match point for them. Swap the spike defuse on the 10-2. He's got his ult for this.
Eyes on the prize. ZETA 1 point away from taking us to Fracture.
They're just going right back for it again. TENN's ulting in Art right now. Potentially trying to satchel up. Either way, they're coming right back into it. It's not going to net anything, but they slow down. They can't use everything that they originally did, and even adding the Viper wall into this execute now.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what it was, if he was trying to hit something through a window or something, because he did use one satchel before that. Either way, Showstopper no longer around. And they've got Depp with an op here. They've got Laz with an op too.
And Depp's taking a really nice angle. Remember that round where the opponents went for the double op? Oh my goodness, they're locking down this A side.
He just switched to the Vandal.
This might force Boom. They're going to potentially try to pinch here. I was thinking they might have to go into Laz.
No, they're going to fully commit to this. The haunt into the pit. famouz behind it.
Hello, Depp.
The flash there. Position given away. famouz has to step back. They're going to go into Laz.
They're going into Laz, but look at the position of flip.
Oh, no.
Crow is aware.
Again.
But not that aware. No. I don't think he actually confirmed his position. This flank could come at any moment. Laz is completely alone.
Laz has to hold the line. He has to stand by himself. He's taking care of Neon. But you've got to keep an eye on the flank! Flipsider finds it!
They're still not through the wall, Doug.
10 seconds left. They've got to get the spike down. 10. Rotating around. Everyone is being flanked upon here with 5 seconds. Laz holds them back! Laz with the ace! And Laz takes us to Fracture!
The guy who looked absolutely downtrodden after their loss.